Hello everyone, my name is Cyberprime and welcome back to the Boys in Da Pod. And today, you'll be happy to hear that I am joined by all of the boys. Yeah, that's right, we got Whoover. Oh, okay, that timing didn't really work out, but we got Whoover, we got Turtle Guy. Okay,
what is happening?
Fuck you guys.
I'm sorry.
And we got David.
I get shouted at.
David was the only one who actually came in on time. Thank you, David.
No, come in on time. It's called interrupting. I will not interrupt.
What? No one said
You
anything
just
about
interrupted
interrupting.
the show just there.
But either way, this is a podcast where we are people that communicate and we talk about each other with some small talk and then maybe, if we're lucky, a general topic later on. But that's basically all you need to know. There's no real further detail. It's not a mystery. It's not an ARG. We're just a bunch of boys and we're having a good time. And yeah, so does anyone have any small talk to get into as we begin this episode of the podcast?
No, I just remember the story, but I can't tell it on the podcast.
Okay.
Oh my God.
Well, that's not at all
About
concerning.
that time in 1998 when
I'll remind me after the podcast because it is actually an interesting story. It's just for us. It's just for the boys, though. Sorry, guys.
That's
I was thinking it might be a little bit
exclusive.
too risque for the podcast.
Oh,
I decided
it's
to play
just
that
like
new Fox game, the Enlin game.
I hate that. I like that game. I don't hate that game. It just makes me feel sad.
I tried the cat.
See, I made the mistake in being sad already and then playing the game, and I was like, well, this doesn't help my mental state at all.
What a great combo. No, I don't know what game you're talking about, but if it's sad, it's
Endling. It's a very, very cool
You
art
play
style.
as a fox mama, and you gotta make sure your cubs survive.
I just
played
turned
it.
my fan off. That's my small
They
talk. Sorry.
very much can die.
Yeah, I
Oh,
played it for like
fuck.
half an hour, and one of them already died, and I was like, well, I never want to play this
I
again.
know
I'm so
how you
sad.
managed that because I managed to keep all four of mine alive.
I'm just bad at the game. What can I say?
Me personally,
that's your first problem.
I bring a killing all the cubs vibe to the gameplay that the mama fox don't like.
No,
Yeah.
David would
Praise the
play the
mom
whole
clubs.
way, and then they'd all make it to the end, and then randomly one of his choices would cause them all to die.
They would all
Horrifically
explode, except
brutal.
for like my least favorite one.
Yeah,
They'll
I'd
just
pick
flip
one
on the
from the
light
beginning I
switch, and then
hated.
all of a sudden the house would explode.
Yeah.
exactly. Yeah.
Guys, that's a reference to our really epic and funny Until Dawn series on the actual Prime channel.
Yeah, it's good fun. It's
I always wonder what people would think if they just stumbled upon one of these episodes just out of the blue.
you know, I don't know, but
Until Dawn.
let us
Because
know.
you're
Is
in
that
talking about.
something people do? Do they just go like podcast roulette? Do they just like?
I mean, I
and then
do it.
click?
Yeah, sometimes
do?
people just listen to
I do.
podcasts.
They just
Whereas,
pop
like-
up on Spotify. I'm like, yeah, this
Yeah,
looks cool.
and they come in and they're hearing about like fucking tired talks and shit. And they're like, what is any of the words you're saying? Why
Yeah,
is
well-
this? Why are they calling this grown man who sounds like a boy a turtle? What's
Oh
happening?
yeah, that's
What I think
Oh, it's
helps
a
for the
turtle
channel
guy,
is
not turtle
the
man.
shorts I keep seeing. Did anyone see the short of the Man of Medan series that
Oh yes, David
Favorite
sees a
uploaded.
woman. Oh yes. Well, of course
Yeah,
I
I
saw
didn't
it.
it's
Of course, I fucking saw. I
it.
saw it the whole goddamn time.
Oh, I love that so much.
We made
He
you
was
think that
there
you
when it
didn't
was
see
written.
Yeah, but what's even funnier is that none of us actually saw it that time. So my
And
first
none
time
of us
seeing it
decided
was
to take
then.
you seriously.
Oh, it was just a unanimous, communicated
So mad.
decision.
I was so angry. I was so angry.
It was a unanimous "let's pick on David" moment.
Yeah,
and it's
which
never
is
me
rare.
that gets picked on.
Yeah, I
I was
know.
just
Yeah.
get-
It was.
and it made me
was
so
rare
furious because it's.
and beautiful. You know?
I was furious.
I loved
so
antagonizing you. It was like.
Yeah.
And it wasn't just
Don't
a
get
You
short,
were
used
just
to it,
like, I
Buster.
saw it. I was like, sure.
and it wasn't just a short bit. That lasted like a decent chunk of the
It
game.
was like the whole series.
Yeah.
It actually lasted 2 years, and then
Then I got
David just had to
vindicated, and then
torture
I
us.
fucking died.
Oh,
Anyway,
spoilers,
spoiler
but yeah.
alert.
But Turtle Guy, how you doing?
I'm here, ain't I? I
That-
went on a little trip. I went on a 3-day trip prior
Oh.
to this.
How did it go?
I was making big money moves in the big city.
Big money moves.
What do you say these?
In a big city.
Did you invest in crypto? What are you referring to?
No, genuinely
Turtle
nothing.
coin.
I literally laughed the minute I said big city because It's
You were
not
not
a
in a
big
big
city.
city.
I was
it's
not in a big city. It's not a big city. But my life's pretty.
You're doing
Life
great,
is
Turtle Guy.
going
Keep going.
well. I don't want to say.
Why did you say that like
the
you were
other
hypnotizing me?
And there's someone holding a gun behind him.
Life is going well. I
Life
am
is
the
going well.
magnificent.
A hypnotist has broken into Turtle Guy's home.
Oh, not Houdini! Get out!
He's not a
Oh,
hypnotist, he's an escape artist. But
but right. So does anyone have? No
Oh.
one has any other secret. well,
Cyber,
not
I have
secrets.
no idea how to continue this conversation. It's so awkward. If only there was some way we could continue this
David,
conversation.
I was about to.
How do we talk?
Well, okay, I
It's
was
so
going to have a
cold.
nice segue, but I guess
had a
fuck
good
Fuck
that.
your nice segue.
I think David gave you a good segue there.
So Turtle Guy just
Turtle Guy
died, but
You guys always
Still
passing away
alive.
these days. You know that?
that's probably, I don't know if that's going to get edited out or not, but either way,
I blame the weather.
yeah, what? Anyway, this episode,
It's the weather that's making my body not go right.
you phrased that
Seems-
in the
That's
most
quite fair,
Turtle
that's
Guy
it.
way
It's the
possible.
weather that's not making my body go right.
It's this
Could
humid
it
weather
go
we're
wrong?
having.
Is it humid? Would you call it humid?
I don't think it's really
It's
human.
real warm and raining. That ain't right.
Turtle Guy hasn't rained at all today.
Turtle
No,
Guy, I need to
lied.
bring
It
you to
has
Arizona.
rained a lot today.
That's not humid. That's dry heat. That's a
Yeah,
desert. you
it rained when
fucking
I was
idiot.
there all the time.
Rain is not. It's no humid. Is like heavy, sweaty heat.
I
Oh,
feel
yeah.
like
It's
it's
like,
heavy and
When
sweaty.
the
I feel
air
heavy
is
and sweaty.
thick.
It's like thick and soupy. It's hard to breathe. That's
Yeah.
humid.
I feel like
You
it
can't
was
walk
humid
through
when
it.
I was there the first time, not the second time.
It's like a swamp. Swampy weather would be like humid, or like tropical.
Can we
But-
bring Turtle Guy to Louisiana? There's swamps in
Can
Louisiana.
we
isn't there?
bring him to Louisiana? Oh no, I'm not
Oh,
allowed to.
I-
talk about
Can we
Drive
bring him to
in a
Louisiana and just leave him there?
Can we just recreate Scooby Doo on
Swamp
Zombie
Thing?
Island with him?
I've never
Except
seen
he's all
Scooby-Doo
of
and Zombie.
the zombies, which means
We
he's
must
dead.
rectify this.
Yes,
don't
I
have
know.
to.
I should. Well, wow. Okay, Turtle Guy is on my side here. David does not want me to be happy. But either way,
no, it's
um,
who's. Hey, whoever made the rule that you have to see everything? If you don't fucking want to watch them, don't fucking watch them.
exactly.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Exactly. That's a good
Here,
thing to
here.
live by. That's a that's a good motto to live by. I personally struggle to live by that, but it's a good
Yeah.
motto.
Yeah.
I started living
I
by that
struggle
like
to live
2
by
years ago.
this.
My life
Cyber
is
still watching
awful,
The Walking
but
Dead,
fun.
or
They
Fear the
don't
Walking
watch
Dead.
everything.
I've been watching Dead
Guys.
City, and it
What?
exists.
What about Rack
Is it any
City,
good?
bitch? Rack
It's
Rack
actually
City.
not horrible, but it's also not new.
What's the dead city? It's New York.
Yeah, it's
That's
New
the
York.
one with
Visually, it
Negan
looks cool.
and
The,
Carol.
yeah, the environments are pretty cool, but the story is just kind of more
It
of the
had
same.
a different title, and they even made a poster with the different title, and I always thought the different title
It's
was
called
better.
Walking Dead, New York, New York. Negan hits Broadway.
Oh, that would have been fun.
I think
It's
it
called
was like,
Walking Dead. I'm
Hold on.
walking here.
That's what it should have been called.
Oh, that'd have been hilarious. There's just a cabbie. They're just driving around a cab around like Apocalypse, New York.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
was called Isle of the Dead, which I thought was
Yeah, that's a
superior
bit better.
to
I-
Dead City.
Oh yeah, because Manhattan Isle. Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess they didn't want to be
In case
too,
they were saving
like,
that for Alcatraz.
Romero-y.
What?
What?
Romero,
Nah,
like
what's
Night of the
another Hawaii Isle of the
George
Dead?
Romero.
I mean, they could do it, but either way, not to get like
If I was
distracted
in
by
a
the
zombie
Walking
apocalypse,
Dead.
I'd go to Alcatraz, but that's a story for another day.
That's a story
Hey,
for another
Let's go back to that
podcast.
segue we had 10 minutes ago before we
don't,
started talking about
don't.
the fucking Walking
Every
Dead.
time you say, every
Jesus
time you guys
Christ.
say
If you want to
segue, I
suck
think
the
of
soul
vehicle.
clean out of my body, just talk about the Walking Dead TV show and its adjacent spin-offs. I will actually, I will visibly shrivel.
Yeah,
Like
it'll
an
make him
old
very
banana.
awkward, and David
He'll
won't
live it.
want to talk anymore. But in order to bring David back, we here at The Boys are going to enact a pro gamer move. And today,
Whoa, whoa,
gentlemen, we
careful
are
now.
going to be doing icebreakers. As best friends, if I'm allowed to call us that, I feel
Don't
like
you ever
we
fucking
don't
speak
know
for me,
us.
you motherfucker.
Don't you assume
Oh.
we're best friends?
Okay.
I told you never to say that. It's in my contract.
Well, okay.
Alright, go. Yeah, let's
I'm
do it.
sad-
Icebreaker.
I'm sad now, but I just thought it would be fun to get to know each other a bit more. Get to figure out how the inner minds of each other work.
You think I don't know you?
How does the
Can
mind
I
of
say
the
a
turtle
story
guy
about
work?
Icebreakers?
We've
Yes,
been
you
asking-
can.
I've
We'll
been
start
asking
off
that
with the
question
story.
Forever. I've known him since I was 4 years old.
David's at like a
I don't
pinboard
know how
studying
his
him.
brain works. It doesn't happen.
David
Sorry,
has
I'm
a
just on
secret
a...
underground laboratory with like recording like a day 4.
And I wanted to cut it open, but his brain, his skull is impenetrable. He's like
you tried it and it just...
He's like a
It's
Pachycephalosaurus.
One could say him.
You ever see one of those dinosaurs with the big fucking rock of a head? That's what Turtle Guy is. He could
Anyway,
take
Turtle
down
Guy,
my
your
building's
story.
infrastructure. Fuck your story. Go on, continue.
Okay.
Sorry.
So,
Go.
I don't know if I probably have said this in the pod, but like, I'm a theater person, so Icebreakers is something we do several times. Like,
How come I've never seen you break ice then?
Oh shit, that's a good point. He's got you.
Well, David, I don't know if you'd call it an icebreaker, but when we were first brought into college,
I know what you're talking about.
one of the lecturers
Ugh.
who was the head of the drama end of the college.
Careful, don't dock.
Also a
Basically-
certified freak 7 days a week. Wait until you hear what he did. Oh my god.
So
Broke
Appalling.
ice?
the one thing, and has always stuck out in David's mind, and I'll confess, this isn't the story I was aiming to tell, but it just kind of happened in my brain. So he comes out.
Don't
he's a-
spoil his name before you say anything.
I won't, and I'm not gonna fucking name drop him either.
No.
But
Oh, character growth.
he is a well dressed man. He's in he's got a good blazer. Think of Charles
That's
Xavier, but standing upright.
Okay.
Yeah, he actually
So
is
his suit?
Man in the suit.
Bald.
See what? Yeah, a bald.
Okay.
Not wearing a tie though. Sure.
Okay.
Anyway,
Good.
so a nice pair of shoes. But then, so we're all gathered around in a very big circle in a very big room. He removes first. He removes the shoes.
Ooh.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which
Got the dogs out?
he got the
The
dogs
grippers
out.
were
This
released.
He got his
shocked
socks off,
David.
yeah, he got his grippers out. And me and Turtle Guy were in 2 different years of college, and he did it both times. So obviously this is a standard issue.
I can't remember, but I thought the time he did it with me, the socks were already off. Like he was
Oh my god, so he took the
Oh
shoes
man,
off.
he was prepared. He had fast mags
That's
on.
actually scarier somehow.
Free?
Now,
That's what we all
he
said.
only did it to David once. I had class with this gentleman, and I will say he was.
Did
he
you
was
have
a
to get
cool
your dogs
dude.
out as well?
Yeah,
Were you
David,
backing?
you went into the class, and they were all in their
Oh,
feet.
God. That's why
What
that
the-
room stank of fucking feet every single
That
time.
room stank all
So
the
you made people
time.
take off their shoes?
Yeah, and then you walked into this fucking, like, barren dungeon of foot stank to get swords. That's a
Yeah.
set.
Okay.
But he was a
I
nice
had to get
guy
swords,
otherwise.
and I had to go into Stinkland, USA. That guy, we used to.
Stinkland,
We
USA.
coined the name, and it passed down to Turtle Guy. Would also call him it, even though he would also call him by his real name.
Yeah.
The Barefoot Bandit was what he was known as, and I called him the Barefoot Bandit for
Damn.
2 full years before I learned what his real name was. We didn't have it.
Because you didn't have class with him.
No, we only had gripper talk with him.
Yeah. But he did help you with a project, and
Sure,
you
it was a
said he was a
gripping
very
encounter.
nice chap.
He was a very nice man, and I felt bad that I'd been calling him the Barefoot Bandit for actually 4 years by that
We
point.
found another, I think, I don't know when this was, but like someone in our class sent a picture of him that must be somewhere on the internet, and he was dressed as he normally was, but with an eye patch.
So
was an
just as
alternate
he normally
universe version
was,
of
with the feet out and an eye patch on.
Yeah. His toes had 10 little eye patches on them.
Oh god. Anyway, I'm gonna wrap
His
this.
pinky
I'm
toe
gonna
was
try
a
and wrap
mini
this
pig
up.
leg.
The main icebreaker stories that I was going to tell is we had like this really important meeting, and we were really worried. We were meeting this guy about this opportunity that I'm now currently in, so it must have worked out. And like we were discussing like all the
That makes it
things.
sound like a
and we were
criminal
doing big-
thing.
Well, they
No,
had to
it
use
wasn't,
intimidation
but it was
tactics. They all
like-
got their toes out.
Oh my god, no! But it was like a big we were not worried, but we were like, okay, this is like a big deal. And he was really cool. He was like really suave and kind of stuff. And he's like, oh, let's do icebreakers. And like I think one of the icebreakers we did, and it was kind of so funny because we learned new things about some of the people. And we did two truths and a lie.
Oh,
And we learned some wild things about the other members.
that could be a podcast in and of itself.
Yeah, actually.
Cool.
Cause I was gonna say,
Turtle
don't
guy.
ask me.
So
You're getting some
because he
inspiration.
suggested it. He suggested it. That wasn't us. That was him. He's like, oh, let's do some icebreakers so I can get to know the company. And some of the things we learned were so wild. Like, oh my,
I'm gonna demand you tell
Yeah.
us off the podcast.
okay.
I'm
Yeah.
also curious as to what you said.
You know one of the ones I said because you've seen it happen live.
I did.
Stole the Xbox.
Oh. Wait, was David
No!
there? Wait.
No, I'm not going to repeat it again.
Mine. It was my hex bug.
Oh my
David, shut
god.
up!
The DS transformed into a hex bug.
Yeah.
Cyber, this is your
What a
episode.
shitty
Control it.
downgrade that would
Sorry,
be.
okay, this is my episode. So basically today we're going to, now that small talk is over, we are going
Wait, that
to...
was small talk. I thought that was the topic.
Still in small talk, I thought we segued.
What is going on?
Small
Well,
talk?
it is, but like that was a story. So now that the story time with the turtle
That was
guy is
medium
over.
talk.
We're gonna do some small talk. Small talk things. So
Again?
I've got some questions
More
here,
small
and I'm
talk?
gonna ask you,
More small
or I
talk?
mean icebreakers. Shit, I meant icebreakers. So we're gonna do some
Man
ticebreakers.
is fucking going wild
And-
for the small talk.
Yeah, I mean maybe
I've got
there'll
a
be
good
an episode
icebreaker.
that's just okay. You go, you do your one. I prepared this, but go ahead, Hoover.
Okay, so my icebreaker is you go to one of those fridges that gives you water and ice, yeah?
God damn it, Hoover.
You get a glass, you fill it up with ice,
You are Drax.
and then you just crunch on the ice, and that.
Did you guys ever see
boom.
when someone went the video of someone went up to one of them and he held his hand under it and he pushed the
Sausage.
ice thing and then no, I was gonna, a toad fell out into his hand.
Oh yeah, I did see that actually.
Horrible video. Worst video I've ever seen in my life. 0 out of 10. Worst video ever.
Oh man, we should have a frog episode. Anyway.
No, we shouldn't.
Let's do the
Not with me
first.
there.
Let's do the first.
I
You tie
disagree.
David down.
Are you all ready for the
I will
first
say frogs are
question?
probably the best named thing on the planet.
A frog. Oh yeah, I guess you're right. It does.
You can't
it
look
gives
at
off
that
the right
motherfucker
energy.
and think anything but frog. You know?
I could say toad.
Well, you'd be wrong because toads are different. Equally awful,
What?
but different.
Have you ever seen the
Actually,
toads that
toads
can,
are not as bad as
flip each
frogs.
other? There's a
Flip.
really funny video out there. It's like hard
Not
rock
funny,
metal
frog, yeah.
playing, and it's just these two toads, and like one of them just grabs the other by the mouth and like backflips him over his head.
Holy
Oh,
shit!
it's
That's
so
like a
awful.
wrestling move.
Awful beasts of
It's like
of
metal frogs
labor.
or something like that.
Metal. Anyway, here is the first.
No, you
The-
the
When do we-
Undertaker.
Hey,
Turtle game
I have an
one.
idea. Let's start the fucking thing.
Guys, you're the ones that keep interrupting. So, what is something that new that you've learned about yourself in the last 3 months?
Pass.
I personally realized that I think I actually do genuinely enjoy the act of teaching, which is nice to learn.
You would have hoped you'd figure that one out sooner, but
Well,
you know.
yeah, I know, but I actually had to do it, and I was
How
like,
many
you know
years
what, this might
college?
work. It doesn't matter. But that's my little thing. Also, DaVinci Resolve is actually quite good. I also learned that, but that's not about myself. That's just a thing that I just learned. Really,
It is good.
It is good.
DaVinci
It is
Resolve
quite good.
it's goated with the sauce,
It
as
is,
they say.
it is coated with the sauce.
Go
Um,
with the sauce.
So Turtle Guy
I-
passed.
Why does this feel like this is going to be just like a serious thing?
Well, it can be. It doesn't have
No
to be.
joke.
It's whatever you want.
breaking any
No, I
feel
actually,
like
I
I'm
was
breaking
going in
myself.
here prepared to make jokes, but I actually want a serious answer. I figured out what I want to do with the rest of my life. Well, at least
Oh,
some
that's
of it.
brilliant.
So,
That's
That was
actually
nice.
really good.
That's good.
yeah. I was
Hoover?
going to make a funny joke there, but I'm not going to.
Can I say the opposite of like I figured out nothing?
I mean, sure.
No, okay, I'm
Guy figured
gonna
out
actually
nothing.
try.
You can
I
pass.
don't know,
if you
I
don't-
kind of... No, I'm gonna try and say it, but like, I guess I've kind of figured out like, okay, I like things planned in advance. Kind of, I don't know. I'm not sure what I've learned of myself.
Interesting that
I
that
finished
is what you say.
college. Shut up, you prick.
I'm not going to explain that until we do an episode related to that topic, but
Listen,
that is very
listen.
interesting.
It could have been worse.
It could have been. It definitely could have been, but we're going to ignore that for now. Hoover, what have you learned about yourself?
What have I learned about myself? Let me put my brain to thought here.
That's my favorite thing that I've ever heard a person say. I need to put my
Brain
brain
with
to thought here.
I,
He has like a gear
in
shift
the
in his
past
head.
3 months,
It's like
in
axe to the
past 3
grinder here.
months-
I just gotta put my brain to the thought. What'd you say?
in the past 3 months, I used to think I was aromantic, but I've actually come to realize I do have the capacity to like someone romantically, so that's a good plus.
Okay,
Nice.
cool. That's
That is good.
self-development.
I'm glad you worded it like that, by the way, because if you had said it like slightly differently, it would have made it sound like you thought you were a psychopath.
Question number 2. How would you describe your communication style in 3 words? I'll go first. I want to say confident, but puns and
That's 4 words.
Sorry.
5,
Okay, so confident.
6, 7, 8, 9.
I hate you
Motherfucker,
so
get
much. Confident puns. I don't know what the third one would be.
But
Distracted.
that's not one word.
I got my 3.
Go for it.
Pretty good pterodactyl.
You better make a pterodactyl noise now.
Do it.
Okay, pretty awful
that actually-
pterodactyl is
You
what
don't
you
know
should
what
have
it
said.
sounded like.
That was the
Pterodactyl.
worst pterodactyl I've
I was
ever
gonna
heard
say
in
it
my
wasn't
life.
actually as bad as I expected.
That sounded like Baby Yoda falling off a cliff. Awful. 0 out of a million. Go to bed.
Oh,
Um,
you do one then.
no, but I'm also not going to claim I can do one. That's the difference between you and me.
We are
Know
not the
my
same.
limits. Those are my 3 words. Know my limits.
Hoover, you got 3 words?
Those aren't my actual 3 words. I'm going to think about how to word my 3
I
words.
think my 3 words are hi, fuck, English.
I like
That's a real
it.
roller coaster. And David, do you have anything?
Humorous false confidence. That's mine.
Fair. That's certainly something that you can invest your skill points in when you're a creative character, creating your character.
It's like all charisma, no wisdom. If I was a D&D,
I like
it's
to
like
think
that.
I like to think I'd be all luck. I've talked about this with Hoover in detail, but I think my character, every single skill point has been in luck, which counts for good luck and bad luck, and it's great. I love it. It's a real incredible life system.
It's a real doozy.
We should do that on an episode.
We should, like how we'd
This
spec
is
ourselves.
really good. What I'm doing here is making it look like all your ideas are my ideas.
Yeah,
Because
so you can write it
reference
down.
like 3 of your ideas. Being like, we should
Wait,
do
you just
that.
gotta ask us
Write that
these
down, write that down.
questions.
Yeah, it's these are
It's the
icebreakers.
icebreaker episode, you fuck. Don't diminish
We're
his
learning
episode
about
when he's
each
hosting. Build him up.
We're learning about each other.
There's
I think
other
you're doing great.
icebreakers you can do.
Thank you, David. Thank you. You know what? I like you. Right.
Could be
Next
doing
question.
better, but pretty good.
Okay. Well, this is sad.
Constructive criticism.
If
Struck this. I stuck up the middle finger. You can't see me though.
if you were
David, we're like a
reincarnated,
3-man crew.
And me and Cyber wearing cowboy hats.
if you were reincarnated as an animal, what would you choose and
Oh, I
why?
fucking got this.
Go for it. I don't actually know.
I'd be a red panda.
Oh
Why?
fuck, that's a great choice.
I actually got 2 reasons why.
Would you pee out your hands?
One, I'm red, and it'd be fucking awesome, and I'm like one of the laziest animals in the world. 2, I could pee through my hands.
Yeah, peeing through your hands is a very big plus. That is genuinely.
Someone's like, hey, how's it going? I'm just like, no, get away, and I put the hand up and it just.
Pee. Urine. I
I
would.
think it more like spreads like a mist, but I don't know.
I think it
I don't
doesn't.
know
It doesn't really
the
shoot
words
out.
about it.
I actually studied
Yeah,
red
it doesn't
pandas
shoot
for
out like I'm
college.
imagining it does.
It's like through the pores they can release like little bits to kind of mark their trail. Like it's only a tiny bit. You don't see it. Like it's not like Spider-Man. They don't like whip their hands and then like pee comes out.
I've got 2 answers now that we're talking about funny excrement. Shit.
Oh God, no!
I think
Please,
my
not
answer
again.
is pretty simplistic, and I think you've all guessed it.
Cat.
Why are you giggling?
I just realized Turtle Guy is being asked this question, but that didn't click.
I'd be a great white shark.
Oh.
I'd eat up all my No, I'd be a turtle.
Yeah, that
Nice.
makes sense.
That doesn't
I remember
Yes,
one of my
David. I
friends
think I
who
know
had no
David's.
idea about like this channel or the turtle guy thing. He saw you once and said, I don't know, he kind of reminds me of a turtle. And I tried so hard not to laugh.
I've been compared to like, oh, you're so strong.
Someone else
like
told me you were a
Christmas.
big teddy bear, so that was a nice thing, I think, to say.
Yeah, that's nice.
Teddy bear turtle.
Yeah. My
Grizzly guy.
two. I've got two answers.
Wait, I want to guess one
my.
of David's answers.
Okay.
I figure no. You'd be a horse.
No.
Shit.
Good guess though.
You led me astray. You were talking all about this, like, man, if I was a horse
You're not
earlier
a.
before we
You're
started
not a
this.
chimp, are you? You don't lead
No,
a chimp
I'd be
uprising. Okay.
I was gonna say my funny excrement answer first, but I think I'll say my actual answer first. My actual answer first is the long horse, the giraffe. Would be mine.
Is it
Just
because you have
stroll.
such
Yeah,
a
big
short
fuck
neck
off
in
neck.
real life?
I've actually got quite a long neck in real life, but no, my dad always says I look like a giraffe, so I just said why not. And then my funny excrement answer is wombat. They shit perfect cubes.
Is that real?
Yeah, it's real. It's so they don't roll down the hill.
Do you
Incredible.
need a 2x2x2?
Sensational.
They shit
I've got
Minecraft.
you.
And I would call that justice cubed.
That is, it's like pixelated, but for like
Yeah. Blood forgot to install the texture pack.
poopselated. But for me, I'd probably either go with like a barn owl or,
Best
Ow.
L IMO.
yeah, I think maybe a barn owl, or a.
I like how we gave no reasons for these.
Oh yeah, we didn't.
gave
I just
reasons.
like owls.
Well,
I
Hoover
really
did.
like birds. I really like birds.
That's something I did
I'm
not know about you.
surprised,
These are good
uh,
icebreakers.
Oh
None
shit,
of us
we're
went to
finally
Nerd
learning.
And went with the dog. You know?
What the dog
the dog?
doing?
I hate us so much. Turn this fucking thing off.
No. Right, so the next thing. So far we've learned one new thing. That's the fact that I like birds. But what is something on your desk, a nearby wall, or out the window that you can see right now that would instantly cheer you up?
I was when I was in New York last year, I was walking down the street and this guy had a table set up, and he had a bunch of old Star Wars toys, and one of my all-time favorite background character in Star Wars has always been Bosk,
Oh yeah.
and he had an original Empire Strikes Back Bosk for $1. So I bought it and I put it on my desk, and he always makes me happy.
For $1, that's
Because he's
actually
just
quite cool.
he's just a goofy little guy. Empire Strikes Back's one of my favorite movies. I always liked Bosk, and now I have a little Bosk. So that's one for me. Just cheers me up.
That's great. That's a really
or my
good one.
Mummy film cell, because it's the Mummy, and I have a film cell from it. So that's my other one.
That's
And
also
they're right
pretty
next to
dope.
each other.
That is quite cool. I'd like a film cell. I don't know what I want a film cell of, but I'd like a film cell of the thing.
Is it on my
Or the
table or is
one.
it in my room?
In your
Anything
room.
you
We'll
can
go in your
see.
room or out your window.
I have so many weird things in here.
Turns out Turtle Guy is talking live from his torture chamber.
No, I mean I got my sonic screwdrivers from Doctor Who. I think I don't have anything
Oh, bro,
sound in
ditto.
here.
But one of
Ew.
them, what around you would instantly make you smile if you looked at it?
I'm looking at it right now. It's a tall
Cup of
kind of a
tea.
thing. It's a beautiful shape of a thing. It's curved at both sides. It's
I think I know what it is.
it's beautiful. It's got a great
Please
top
specify
and a,
what it is, because the moment I'm thinking of
contents are
something entirely
beautiful.
different.
I actually don't know what this is.
I think I know
It's a
what it
great liquid and a great friend of mine.
Oh wait, is
is.
it
I don't
really?
know what it is.
What?
Banana milk.
I didn't know.
Oh,
Okay, I did
I was
know
not
what
going
it
to go
was.
with banana milk.
I
thought
thought
it was.
you were describing. I don't want to say it.
I thought he was going to say the
Will give
Indiana
out to
Jones
me.
Cup, which was
No.
another one of my
Oh,
answers.
for a brief
No,
glorious
my Indiana
second.
Jones cup is.
For a brief glorious second, I thought he was going to mention a cushion that I got him for. I think it was a birthday.
Yeah, he would.
Yeah.
I don't know if that would make you
It doesn't
smile,
bring me
though.
great joy.
Yeah.
It brings me slight fear, but I know it's protecting me.
I don't
Well,
know
you were
why
on
my
its
mind-
side.
I don't
That's
know why
incredible.
my mind went this way, but when he said like, "Oh, it's a tall thing, and it's curved up one end," I was like, "Is he?
Whoa,
is he,
Hoover,
is
no,
he talking
no.
about?"
No, don't
You see
finish
where
that.
my mind went?
Hoover. Yes, I don't know why, but that's
I don't
not
have one
good.
of those.
What?
You
Okay,
do,
let's
you
move
named
on.
it.
Let's please move on. Moving on. Hoover, what is one thing that you see that gives you joy? What puts a smile on your face?
Well, it's not on my desk, but it's on the bookshelf above
My
desk.
reflection.
It's the Holy Bible.
No, but it's a nice small little rectangular photograph of the four of us.
Oh shit,
when,
that's really nice.
We
That's
took,
going to be the
that
nicest
photo
answer
with
we've gotten.
with
Yeah,
whatchamacallit,
my answer's gonna fall so flat.
Turtle Guy's camera.
Yeah, I'm
I
looking
also
at a
have
picture of
photos.
myself from that
Jeez,
camera.
I wish we'd save that till last.
I also have one of my mine's really shitty now. I also have that one of those Polaroid pictures as well though, literally on my drum kit over there. I can't see it technically because
Yeah,
I'm sitting on the
he
floor.
has it taped on the drum, and every time he's frustrated with us, he goes bang bang.
Oh yeah, just demolish it. But
Every time we mention historical figures in interesting ways,
Or,
he smashes it with a rock.
Criminals and shapes.
yeah, but basically, I have two answers for this. One of them is kind of cheating because technically on my TV right now is Destiny, but that doesn't. I don't think that really gives me joy. But one thing, like I like it, but in terms of actual joy,
Oh, it's Bungie Day.
I can see.
Is
Is
it?
it Bungie Day right now? This is going to date the episode, but I didn't actually know that. I think you're right actually because I got an email. Anyway, one thing that I am looking at right now, I can't see the full thing, but I can see a little bit, is one of the first ever toys that I remember ever being given, which is, I'm not going to elaborate the full story on this, because I feel like David this will be a good story for an episode that David has, but it is a transformer that basically was the spark that lit the fuse that would direct the rest of my life, and I don't think I'm exaggerating. This is a bus transformer, a knockoff bus transformer that I've had since I think I was 2 or 3, and I remember getting it. And it's just, I love it so much. It's perfect. It's perfect. It's really not. It's faded and the stickers are falling off, and it's a knockoff, but I really like it. I love it so much, and kind of like David, it's something that just makes me smile when I look at it.
That is a nice one.
And yeah, and then I don't really think there's anything else that I'm looking around that would instantly give me, like make me smile if I'm.
What about your Funko Pops?
I mean, my Funko Pops are pretty cool. The one that
I
Turtle
mean,
guy
I'm
got me
looking at
that's
mine,
still
they're
in bubble wrap is pretty.
That gives me that gives me the other emotion.
We can talk about that another
What about
day.
the
Maybe
big
collectibles.
Coke?
Oh, I like that. That was cool. That was refurbished. I did that with my parents. That was something that actually does make me smile.
Did you make that from scratch or did you restore it?
No, restored it. That was basically for people that don't understand that I have a giant wooden Coke bottle in my room, and
Yeah, it's big fun.
yeah, it's a set of
Well, it's not
shelves.
big fun. You can't do much with it. It's just shelves.
Whoa, that was not at all a cut in the audio. Whoa, that was so
Seamless.
strange. Seamless,
You
completely. It's not like we were in
been
mid-sentence.
smooth.
You could
I
have
could
just
have been
started
smooth.
You could have just asked the question and we would have just
But,
not acknowledged it.
Where's the fun in that? So the next question here, folks, is what is the last thing that you tried for the first time?
What's the last thing I tried for the first time?
Free falling.
What? Turtle, we just hear a
Turtle guy, you
splat.
good?
Parachuting without a chute.
Woo.
The first time.
Yeah, the very first time. What's the last thing you did for the first time?
Nothing did for the first
Oh.
time.
I can think of one thing that isn't really something new in general, but it's something new that I tried. Pesto pasta. I tried pesto pasta, and it was surprisingly nice. It's like
very
meatless
generic.
pasta and sauceless pasta. Fucking generic, my guy. What are you gonna say?
I don't mind a
something
sauceless
even more
meatless
generic.
pasta, but I don't like pesto.
Yeah, I didn't mind it. I didn't mind it. I would have again. I would have again.
That's a good question that I don't have a good answer to.
Yeah, I don't really have
This is
anything
gonna be
exciting.
very. It's kind of similar to Cybers, so a little bit lame. If I had more time to think, I could think of one
Thanks.
really good. But
I probably could say some things that I will not because
I had a mint Oreo milkshake.
Jesus Christ.
Have you? Whoa! What the fuck? Hang on, hold the fuck up. Have you not had?
I
one
thought
of
you,
them
that was
until
like
now?
your staple.
Yeah, I thought this was your
Yeah,
signature
but-
thing.
I made it myself.
Oh,
He made it himself.
I mean, if that's the fucking caliber of what we're doing here, I made a really good chicken the other day. You don't see me fucking talking.
Oh god.
okay. Well, that
Can you
one.
repeat the question?
No, we'll just move on. So,
Okay.
I guess.
that
I
one's
guess.
getting cut.
I passed third year of college for the first time.
I mean, fair.
Yeah,
That
I
works.
passed college.
I mean, so did I. I passed. Well,
I
as
guess
of
that
now,
works.
unless something goes horribly wrong, I
Well,
have passed college.
they take it back. They're like, oh no, we made a
No,
mistake.
no.
They're like,
We're gonna
hold up.
pick you to fuck over in particular. Fuck you. But
How do I word this?
what are you
I
going to say?
I
Kill
guess I
the
could say
man?
I turned away things I thought I wanted and realized I did not want them. I made a big character growth moment.
Ah, well, there you go. A lot of
Nice.
character growth in this. This episode is just learning about character growths and my
I feel like I've had
admiration of
little
birds.
to no character growth.
Yeah. So far, we haven't really
So I was
learned
like, where's my
anything
character
about Turtle
growth,
Guy.
huh? Where's it at?
But I think this next one might actually help. So if your life was a loading screen, what would be one of the tips? Like they kind of flash on the bottom. For like a
I
video
have
game,
an easy
obviously.
one.
Oh, what is it, Turtle Guy?
That's a funny one.
Breathe.
God damn it, Turtle Guy. This is why we
No,
can't
I
learn.
don't mean that. I genuinely don't mean that as a smart, like, stupid one. I mean, like, take a second to, like,
Okay, yeah.
pause and enjoy things. I think one thing that I tend to do a lot is just rush into the next thing. Like, I finish college and I'm like, okay, no more stuff to fill the empty void. It's like, take a second to appreciate what you've done. Take a second just to chill.
Chill out. I like that though. I appreciate that. Whoover, what is your one?
Mine is always remember to bring a plug adapter.
So you don't fucking destroy a hotel you're staying in. and everything.
It is true. It is true.
Guess you didn't think that
If you
one
don't bring a
through.
plug adapter, you try to be a MacGyver, and if you try to be a MacGyver, the electricity gets shut off in your hotel.
Yeah, it's not quite like the TV show, is it?
No,
Never is.
it's nothing like the TV show.
Alright. So, David?
Is this advice for me or advice for other people based on me?
Advice for someone playing as you in your life.
Switch characters.
Press triangle to make a joke.
Cool.
Not always effective.
Cool. My one would probably just be like collectibles found, like, and then just a number and then over an infinite symbol.
So that's why Cyber just kind of stands in a corner for 10 minutes. He's doing a Codex special.
Yeah, I stare at a wall, and then I'm just constantly going through
It's
lore
really
things that
weird.
I've found.
We bring Cyber outside, and then he just kind of...
Bring Cyber. I'm not an animal.
He's
Jesus
like a
Christ.
Labrador, what the fuck?
Oh, Turtle Guy keeps me on a leash. Oh, I don't like that image.
I
Actually.
try to.
Right. So
Don't like
next
any of
question. Your house is filled with golf balls. How do you remove them?
Don't. I move.
You have to remove them. Or is that your true answer, David? Is that your
Oh,
instinctual
I'm just gonna
reaction?
open my door and just like whatever flows out, and whatever doesn't, I live there
You
now.
just live with them
I just
forever.
live with the balls. I'm one with the balls.
Yeah,
I'm
what's
one with the
wrong
balls
with the
and the balls
golf
with me.
balls? I adapt to my new situation.
If I fucking maybe I'll befriend them, or maybe I'll slip on one of them and break
They're
my
not
neck.
sentient. Okay, why,
Nah,
man?
Kirby rules.
I don't know, man. It's just what happens.
Kirby,
These
are you
are the
gonna eat
risks
them?
we take when
I
there's a
unhinge
fucking...
my jaw and suck.
Turtle Guy is becoming Kyle as famous right now. That is a horrifying image.
That is a terrible thing. I
That is
don't want that.
That is a traumatizing image.
For you?
I imagine that I would, the classic, like, oh no, the boat's sinking, let's get the bucket and, like, throw all the water out. I imagine that's how I deal with it,
Just get a
Get the
bucket.
bucket and start, like, scooping
Oh
the
no,
golf
I'd
balls
hire
out.
like a golfer. Sorry to cut you off, Hoover.
You
Sorry.
would hire
Hoover.
a golfer. That's fair. It's kind of comedic.
Actually,
but that is fair.
that's what I'd fucking do. I'd go on like every golfing
Sell
fucking
them.
Facebook page and say free golf balls if you're quick enough. And
I
then
would
just get like
them.
500 middle-aged, beer-bellied, balding red men with white teeth and tucked-in polo shirts to come over and take them off my hands, free of charge.
I would probably sell them. I think I would set up a stall, like a lemonade stall outside, except it would be jugs full of golf balls.
I just couldn't be fucking arsed with that, to be honest with you. I would
but
just.
it's a
It's not
money-making.
even worth getting the money. I'm hoping one
Hold on.
billionaire will show up and say, "I'll give you $1 million for the lot of them," and I'll say, "Absolutely, Harrison Ford or whoever you are, I'll take that money."
Is this at my
Harrison
house,
Ford
Cyber?
himself came to pick up your golf balls.
Yes,
Cyber,
Probably
is
send
this a-
someone.
yes, this is at
This
your
is at
house,
my
turtle
house.
guy. Why? What?
Well, my house is near the road.
That
Was
is.
going to cause a mass traffic accident.
Lots of my cars.
Why? What the fuck?
This is
Get
very
rid of
kind of
them.
similar. Did you guys see? Oh,
What?
I feel like I said that sentence in the wrong order. Did you guys see? I feel like I should have said, "Oh, did you guys see?" This is very like that guy who saved a bunch of frog spawn and put it
Oh
in
shit!
his pond,
Yeah.
and is also like under investigation for environmental terrorism for doing that.
Yeah, because most of them were
'Cause-
meant to die.
Yeah, that's nature, and he stopped nature from happening, and his entire fucking neighborhood turned into
covered
my
in frogs.
actual fucking nightmare.
That sounds like something
It's
straight
incredible.
out of freaking
It's-
Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse. You disrupted the canon. I gotta put the canon.
It's like
back.
horrendous for the environment. Like local ecosystems are fucking crumbling because this fucking idiot saved a bunch of dickhead frogs. The worst animal for him to save.
For a second, I thought you were
Sure.
being sympathetic towards the frogs. I was like,
No.
no.
Fuck those guys. I'm fucking sick for his neighbors who have to walk outside and step on 1 million. Like the frogs are still dying because you just can't. This is cane toads. You ever hear cane toads?
No.
Australia is fucking run rampant with cane toads. They were these invasive, massive, poisonous toads that were brought in with the sugar cane, and now they're just out of control. There's literally you're encouraged if you see one to kill them because they're
Jesus.
so harmful to the environment. And there are millions of them, billions of them. Like
What
the
the
roads are slick with the blood of cane toads because people just run
Jesus
them over
Christ.
in mass because there's that many of them. It's unavoidable.
What the fuck?
I know an awful lot about frogs and toads for somebody who doesn't like them very much.
Yeah, because they're
know
like
your
your
enemy.
Don't you hate them?
yeah, I feel
Know
like
your
you
enemy.
study them so you can hunt them.
So you can
What?
hunt them down.
Oh, I thought you said hump them.
Yeah, so guys, we
David's
need
like, "I
we
would
need to
never."
discuss why is David fucking the things he hates.
Right. I have another question.
Well, go for it. Ask.
Do you have a favorite dinosaur?
Yes.
What is
Barney.
your
I've got
favorite?
two. Can
Oh.
I say one carnivore and one herbivore?
Of course.
cheat?
There's no limits.
My favorite herbivore is Triceratops because of
That's
Jurassic
fair.
Park. My favorite carnivore is Carnotaurus. I love those guys.
I don't actually know that off the top of my head.
They're the
I'll
real
be honest.
short-faced with the bull horns and the tiny little arms. They're small and they were really quick, but they could only run in straight lines.
Oh. Oh.
Well, they couldn't only run in straight lines, but they were most effective in straight lines. They had tiny little arms.
That's
Do you
kinda
remember in Jurassic World 2, the bit where they're by the ball and then one of them turns his head around it and then the T-Rex like attacks it or some shit?
I
don't know,
think.
that maybe stinks. but
Maybe.
That's the cool dinosaur. Do you ever see the Disney movie Dinosaur?
cool? Yes, I have.
Do you remember the villain dinosaurs in that?
Oh, right, yeah.
That's a Carnotaurus, although those are basically just T-Rexes with Carnotaurus heads.
Oh.
So.
Cool.
Nice.
I would be generic and say the Tyrannosaurus Rex because I just love the dimensions. I think it's just really cool. But I also really like Ankylosauruses. I
Ankylosauruses
don't
are
know
cool.
why. I just really like them. I think they're kind of cool. They remind me of fucking buffed up armadillos.
Yeah, they're like big turtles with swingy tails.
Yeah, but they got a hammer. Fucking animals. When did animals just stop evolving to become equipped with starting weapons?
Yeah, why'd
Humans-
they lose their weapons? Huh?
I think
Where did
I
it-
think it's just that we're so desensitized to a lot of the real fucking like a hippo and has like got fucking a full armory in its mouth, but we're just so
I
desensitized
guess.
to it.
Yeah,
Like
but
a
that's
rhino
kind
is
of
just a walking spearhead.
yeah, but they're kind
Elephants have javelins for fucking teeth. Walruses, a lot of spikes.
I guess.
We got rid of bumpies and replaced them for horns. But it's just when mammals became so dominant, the bony structures left in exchange for keratin and bite force. It's less interesting visually, but it's probably more effective, and that's why they're around instead of,
Well, I guess that makes sense.
big reptiles.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm
This-
a bit of a fucking loser, guys. Did I ever tell you
No,
that?
that's not. Dinosaurs are cool, but that actually kind
Dinosaurs
of
are
brings me to
cool.
my next question. That
I
isn't
do like
actually
evolution.
on the list. But do you have...
He's improvising.
What is... Oh, God. What... Do you
What
have,
the
like, a dinosaur
hell?
that you think is the scariest? Because mine, personally, is the mosasaur.
Not a dinosaur.
Is it not a
Barney.
dinosaur?
No, it's a marine reptile. It's different
Oh.
evolutionary tree.
Okay, well...
Sorry to be that guy.
I am ashamed. I am sorry. But if I had to go with anything, then probably... Isn't there like a pterodactyl, but like a fucking
Not a
massive
dinosaur
head? Not a dinosaur? Okay.
Flying reptile, different genes.
I don't understand dinosaurs. Is there a...
Was the thing in Jurassic Park that had the unfoldable like neck? Was that a dinosaur or no?
That was a dinosaur, but that's not what it's really like. It doesn't actually have that. It doesn't. It's not actually venomous.
Oh,
But
really?
it is a lot bigger than that.
No, but like you know how it, like sticks out. It's like
And did
The
like
frill?
the shaking...
Yeah, it doesn't have the
frill and,
frill
like,
either.
shapes-
Well, there's no.
oh, it doesn't have the frill.
No. It has the
Oh,
frill
that
on the
thing
top of its
scared me
head,
in
but
the
it doesn't
movie.
have the big fucking. Yeah. I guess I would be afraid of. Like. Probably like. A pissed off. Mother dinosaur.
That makes
Of
sense.
any
I
kind.
guess of anything.
I'd be
even
more
animals.
afraid of like the dinosaurs that are like close to our size rather than the ones that are massive. Because the ones that are massive are like, they're not scary. They're just like, it's like, oh well, this is a clear threat and I'm gonna die. But the ones that are small, they're like,
Yeah.
yes, there is survivability.
But I think I
like,
could
the
kick a
ones
lot of
that would be
those.
Scared shitless.
I
don't know
reckon
how
I
much
could
you
beat a
can do.
velociraptor in a fight because they were only like coyote sized. I could kick the shit out of one of those little fuckers.
The
The ones in the
Velociraptor is
movies
really not
are they're more based on Deinonychus, but even then they're bigger than that. There is an actual dinosaur that big called a Utah raptor. Guess where they found that one? But it's
Utah.
it's also not
Texas.
similar to that. They also were nowhere near as smart as that. They were smart, but they weren't like fucking basically chimpanzees. There's a lot more explanation in the book as to why they're like that, but this is not what this is about. All right, I could talk about Jurassic Park forever, but it's not relevant. And what would be the scariest dinosaur? Probably, yeah. I think. Oh no, you know what? It'd probably be one of the idiot dinosaurs because I think it would just like think I'm a fucking like a Stegosaurus
Oh,
because
shit,
they were
they're
like
cool.
blind, deaf, and dumb, and they would just fucking swing their tail at me. Next thing I'm skewered, but I'm alive, and I don't want to live with that.
Oh, that's horrifying. But
I don't
they
want
have
to
a
bleed
cool
out with
design.
something's tail.
Whoever designed the Stegosaurus slaps. That was some good work.
Yeah, that was good. I would love to see some of the early concepts for Stegosaurus.
Yeah, wait, so when this is a slight tangent that's probably only going to be answered by David, so sorry, Turtle Guy and Hoover. But when Stegosauruses
you're
were
right.
found fossilized, did they have the plates, or how did they know?
Yeah, well, it was usually impressions in the rock. But actually, when they first found Stegosaurus, they thought it stood upright and had two brains.
What the fuck? That's a holy shit.
What?
Two brains. They thought because the head was so tiny and the brain casing was like the size of a fucking nut. They were like, "There's no way this thing could have existed. There's no way something this idiotic could be real." So they assumed it had the second brain in its tail.
What the fuck?
Holy shit.
But they just
That's
thought
wild.
all dinosaurs just walked upright, like men, for ages. And then they also thought that the first ever dinosaur, I think, was Megalosaurus. That wasn't the
cool
first one
name.
they discovered, and it was just, I think it means like just big lizard. I think that's what it
Hell
literally
yeah.
means.
Big lizard.
And they just thought it was that. They just thought it was like a giant iguana. And it doesn't look like that
Lizard,
now
big,
based on
big
more
lizard.
research. It's just interesting. Paleontology is such a young field in science. It only started in like the 1820s or something,
It's still
which is like
evolving.
relatively really fucking recent
Yeah,
compared to
it's
like.
compared to like World War II, which happened thousands
Yeah.
of years ago.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, like, we're thinking about the fact that we were dropping bombs before we were knowing about the T-Rex. Let's be clear, guys. But yeah, I don't know. I'm very interested. If you know what, this is totally unrelated. If you're interested in all in like early paleontology and cowboys, read the novel Dragon Teeth by Michael Crichton. It's about paleontologists in the Wild West. And if you read that, then also look into the real story of the two paleontologists in that because it's quite interesting. Anyway,
We should,
that's not relevant to Icebreakers.
We
Cool,
should do
sorry.
we should do a dinosaur episode.
Yeah, I'm
I
fucking
agree.
putting that on my thing. Hold on, I'm putting
Yes,
that
you
right
should.
on my list right now.
But I think we have time for one more question, if that's all right with you
Go
guys.
for it.
Is Turtle Guy
It's
here, or did
absolutely
he get
okay.
sucked away?
No,
into
he
it?
texted the group chat and said he would be back in a
He
sec.
got so
He missed
okay.
dinosaur talk.
Oh, completely.
He did.
That's unfortunate.
That's an L for him, honestly.
That or he just hates
Damn.
dinosaurs, you know.
Maybe.
Maybe he does. Okay, I have. Then we'll do two then. So what
Nice.
to kind of make up the time while Turtle Guy is vanished in crisis. What ice cream
Go for it,
flavor
go for it.
represents you?
Oh,
Mint choc chip.
Ooh.
Not everyone likes me, but the ones who do are diehard. Am I right, guys?
I mean, yeah, I guess that makes.
Also,
makes
mint
sense.
choc chip's my favorite ice cream flavor besides vanilla. So.
Okay, well, I was gonna say vanilla because I also do feel like I have a
Um,
pretty plain taste sometimes.
I'm also vanilla because, you know, I'm just your average straight white male, you know. Plain and basic.
But everyone likes vanilla, so that's a good flavor to be.
Yeah.
All right, hang on. One more. What is what's the best book you ever read or series? Because Turtle Guy still has not returned.
I read Percy Jackson when I was a boy, and that was very influential on me as a man.
Percy Jackson was great.
A recent book I really enjoyed was American Gods.
I thought you were going to say American Psycho there, and I was going to be very
No,
confused.
I don't know
But you
what I
did
think
read
of
it.
that book. I continuously have no idea what the fuck to think of that book. Some days I'm like, oh, that was worth reading, and other days I'm like, why did I fucking waste my time? I don't know. I guess it sticks with me.
Yeah.
I'm currently reading Blood Meridian, and let me tell you,
Holy
everyone talks
shit.
about that book, but what the fuck's going on? I'm like 120 pages in. I'm no idea what the fuck's going on. I could tell you the clip notes of what's going on, but word to word, it's mind-boggling how it's written. It's good. Sometimes I'll sit back and say, geez, Mr. McCarthy really put together a sentence there, didn't he? Fuck me. But then I also am like, but what does it mean?
Mr. McCarthy.
What does it fucking mean? And I feel like that's blasphemy for book people. By the way, I'm looking to do an English literature master's. This is nonsense for me because I can't fucking understand what Cormac McCarthy's trying to say half the time. I like the book though, insofar as I'm interested to see what happens next.
Cool
I
experience.
can't say I like any of the characters. I can't say I am rooting for them. But maybe that's the point. I think that is the point. But also, Cormac, use some fucking quotation marks, my brother. None of his dialogue has quotation marks at all.
Oh.
It's just all formatting. You just have to kind of hope to fuck you. But you don't know who's talking.
That seems unnecessary.
And the dialogue is like very authentic Wild West, not like
Yeah.
Red Dead Wild West, which is to say, no one in that time knew how to fucking read, so they barely knew how to speak. There's like one or two educated characters, and you're fucking gripping to them to explain what's going on.
Please
You're like,
tell us.
please tell me what's happening here. Go
What's
on.
going
What is
on?
going on?
But it is good. I would recommend reading it. I think it's one of those things where it's like you should read it because of like what it is more, as well as it being a good book. Does that
Yeah.
make sense?
Yeah, no, I get that. It's an
Yeah.
Totally off
experience.
topic from fucking Icebreakers, by the way. I don't know why.
Well, no,
I'm
that's
talking-
part of the icebreakers. So
But I guess you
Hoover,
did ask me a question about books, so I guess I am on topic. What's going
Yeah.
on? Someone else answered the question. I talked about too much already. My brain.
Hoover, what's your favorite book? Or series?
I did love
I didn't even say what my
Percy
favorite book was. I
Jackson's.
just fucking.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I also read The How to
Just
Train Your Dragon. The How to Train Your Dragons were dope.
Oh,
They were
I only read
great.
the first two.
I never read any. of
I
them.
read all the. I can't remember how exactly they end, but they were awesome. They're so different from the movies, completely
So-
different from the movies. Like
I like the
Hiccup is
movies
like
more.
a weakling throughout the whole thing, and there's a really funny scene in one or bit in one book where it's like they're learning a sword fight, and Hiccup like cannot sword fight at all. And then, like, near the end of the book, he's like, fuck it, I'll just use my other hand. And then he becomes, like, a master with his left hand. And he's like, oh my god, I've been left-handed this whole time. And it's just like, he's
pretty
like, how long have I been left-handed?
That's funny.
That is quite funny. I think
What's
my
your favorite book? Sam?
favorite
Oh,
book.
you can answer.
Sorry, I think my favorite book is, or at least series, is Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. It is such a fun experience. It is so funny. It's sci-fi. It's just properly stupid, and I love it so much. I haven't read it in a long time. I should probably go back and read it, but I love that book
I
series.
need to read that. I actually bought that book and have not read it yet.
Oh man, you should. It's really good. And then the author, the series is ended, like he had it tied up, but he began to write another one and then died, and then Another author picked it up and then finished, but he exclusively used the notes of what was left, so he didn't do any creative liberty. Apparently, I think he literally just stuck to the original notes that was made. So I haven't read that one, and I probably should, but I really want to go back and read the original because they're
I
really
also would
fun.
like to.
And I've never seen any of the television adaptations. I'll be honest. So I don't
Did you
know.
watch the movie?
No, I haven't seen anything about them.
Interesting.
I think Martin Freeman is in one of them.
He's
I
in
don't-
the movie, yeah, like the
Oh.
I think like the 2005 movie.
That casting works, I think, if I remember correctly. But that was pretty good. I really like that book, or series, I should say. But I got a single book that contained them all, including some short stories, and it's such a fun fucking adventure. It's so stupid. Like it nothing makes sense, but it all makes sense. But it's
Yeah,
great.
fuck, I'm gonna read that next. I think that's the next thing. I'm gonna read.
They're really funny. They're really
Yeah.
funny. But I think with that, there was one
What, you
more
cut us
question
off?
that I had, but I genuinely can't remember where it went. Um, wow, that's. Oh yeah, my last question when Turtle Guy came back. My last question was going to be tell the audience something they don't know about you. But Turtle Guy hasn't returned. So if you guys want to do that, you can, or we can leave that as a tease for maybe Icebreakers 2. I don't mind.
I don't know what I know about myself. What I'm trying to think of something you guys don't know about me, because to me you are the audience.
We are the audience. We are the viewers.
You guys are the audience.
That's such a wholesome, heartfelt message.
But I can't think of anything. You know too much about me, if anything.
Yeah, we know everything. We know all of his credit card information and everything.
You don't know.
I mean, Turtle Guy got it, so.
Me.
I'm back.
Oh,
Turtle
perfect
Guy's
timing.
back literally right. Last question, then we're ending the episode, Turtle Guy. What is
Okay.
What is something that the audience does not know about you?
I mean, I could explain where I went
I mean, you could.
the past few
I mean,
That's
months.
definitely something they don't know about.
That is
you.
technically true.
That is. I'm literally just assessing the scene, but I legit don't know what happened.
What? The fuck? Did you go unconscious? What do you mean?
No, I don't know. I was sitting here normally, and then I felt this need to go to the bathroom really bad.
Okay.
You needed to get out of here.
But now I'm back.
Okay, that's good, I guess. So Turtle Guy went to the toilet.
I mean, yeah. What I did in the toilet, to refer to
We
an
don't,
old episode, I left my mark.
Oh, please,
I
no,
am fucking appalled.
no, 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 no.
What's wrong, Cypher? You seem distressed.
No. Why? It was going so well.
We can keep going. What do the viewers not know about me? I've said most of. I mean, for me and you, it's probably what we look like.
I mean, what?
I think I broke him.
Turtle Guy, your face is on your channel.
Yeah, but I can easily remove that. Who's to say I haven't?
I mean, that is true. I guess.
I got like a couple of weeks before this video goes out. I could remove
Couple
all
of days.
mentions.
I mean, you could, but Whoover, David.
But like,
you
I
got any?
did for a while.
You did for a while.
Hoover is also in that boat.
I am.
Yes, you
Yeah.
are Hoover.
Hoover, you
is-
are international man of mystery.
True.
Yeah, he wanted for his crimes of burning down hotels.
No. I don't got him.
But
I swear.
what do I don't know if I've ever. I'm trying to think of something that I
Drop
can
your
say.
name.
Oh yeah, let me just say my name is Barry
The cyber
B. Benson.
name drop right now.
Barry Allen.
Oh my god, it's Jerry Seinfeld.
Oh yeah, hey, I don't know what
You
Seinfeld
like
sounds like.
jazz?
You like jazz? I have no idea. But
So what's the deal with jazz?
what's one thing that I can say that no one knows? I
Surgeon.
I am a surgeon.
I am a surgeon.
I
I
am a surgeon.
performed
I
at
am
the
a surgeon.
United Nations. There you go. That's
What?
that's a thing. There we
Oh,
go.
I have my one.
Okay,
better
go for
one.
it. Go for it,
I
Turtle Guy.
wore a dress once.
Oh yes, that is a good
Cool.
fact. That is
I'm
a
an
good
actor.
fact.
Of course, I've had gay sex. Guys, ever see that Tom Hardy quote?
No, I haven't.
I just said it word for word, so he
Oh,
don't
now
need
I
to.
have. Now I have. Yeah, I lived it.
Tom Hardy, what a guy.
Yeah.
What a man.
What a man, what a
what a
man,
I
man,
won
what
an
a man,
award.
what a
man.
man. You won an award? Congratulations.
It was like a year ago, but I did it.
I won awards once.
Yeah, don't
Congrats.
mind me, why don't you motherfucker? Jesus.
We all won awards. Here's one that Cyber will love. I once won a medal for running.
See this shit?
Oh,
See this
oh my
shit?
god. Have we talked about that on the pod? Because if we
Nope,
haven't, we
and
need
we
to.
never will.
Okay, someone fucking write down awards. Or like competitions or something. We need to fucking bring that up. That
I
is
think
something.
that's what
Someone.
it was.
Do that. That's someone's mission. Hoover, do you have anything you want to say?
I've got nothing, man.
Cool.
They know everything about me.
Great.
They already
The
do.
person who's
They have my
appeared
name, my
arguably
bank
most
least.
details.
mysterious.
They've got it all. It's all there on the website.
Hoover is the person who's appeared arguably the least on the channel, and yet everyone knows about him.
They
Everyone knows everything.
have it all.
They have it all. But yeah,
They've got everything they need.
that's basically
I
it.
wanted.
That was some icebreakers. If you want us to do some more, where we might actually learn about each other, let me know.
Deeper
But-
into the cold, bitter ice.
Okay, now you're full of energy when you come back. Anyway, I have been Cyber
That's what he
Prime.
did in the
I-
bathroom. 6 lines of
All the
cocaine.
demons.
Just injecting adrenaline. But I have been Cyber Prime, the host of today's episode of The Boys in the Pod. Next week I won't be,
You
but you'll have to guess
have
and
been.
find out who will be.
You
But
won't
it'll be
be
one of
Cyber
these,
Prime.
one of these boys. But I have been joined by David Kivo, the Turtle Guy, and Hoover, and
That's me.
they did great. Let's give them a round of applause. Yeah, I don't know if my microphone's going to pick
I
up any
feel
of
like
this.
I did nothing.
No.
Yeah,
no,
Turtle Guy
it's
didn't do
You
anything.
did nothing. You
But,
fucking left.
I left when things got dodgy.
You left
Yeah.
just as you were starting to get interested.
Well, you can check out David. There'll be a link somewhere. You can support Turtle Guy. There will also be a link somewhere. And if you feel so inclined, you can check out me. There'll be a link somewhere. But you don't even need you know everything about Hoover, so we don't need to put a link for him. You know
Yeah,
you know everything
you
already.
guys already know.
Yeah, you know
You guys
where
already
it
know the
is.
full URL of his.
Well done. You found it all out.
You know
Yeah,
his IP
congratulations.
address. It's on the fob watch.
Yeah, it's
all
on the
there.
pocket watch. That's complimentary. But yeah.
There's a
so,
difference between a fob watch and a pocket watch.
I mean,
Probably.
maybe. They're two different words, so maybe. But either way, I don't know. Maybe that'll
both
be another
watches.
topic. Yeah, but
This
so-
is
so-
definitely
so was
not
a
the
clock.
time you wanted it to be, so I guarantee.
I-
guarantee.
I don't mind. I don't mind. We did learn some new stuff, or like not an awful lot. I'll be honest.
Did we?
But
Think about it.
I mean, you learned that I like birds. That was kind of the biggest thing that
That
I
is
We
remember.
did learn that actually. I take
What did
it
you
back.
learn about me, guys? Make it about me. Talk about me. Talk
you,
about me.
you don't
I
know.
learned
You
you didn't
dye
want
your
to be
hair.
a horse. You instead wanted to be.
Oh, was he
I
paying attention?
forgot.
Okay, well he wasn't. I forgot.
How fucking dare you accuse me of dyeing my hair? You always call me the blonde one. The one thing I've
true.
got.
That's all he got.
That's his only defining character.
That's
Oh my
all
god,
I got,
Turtle Guy's
man.
descriptions. Another episode we have to do.
Yes.
But-
But we just throw
That's
people.
very long.
We just throw people at Turtle Guy and he has to
Yeah,
name
get him
them.
to describe
Yeah,
him.
famous
people,
celebrities like.
Oh great! Look, this is Turtle Guy's improv skills coming straight into play.
What? You want me to what? What do you want me to do?
You said famous celebrities like, and then just nothing.
Oh, I did. Leonardo
celebrities
DiCaprio. I'd say
like-
the fucker that froze on the boat.
Fucker.
What? I don't even know what the fuck that means. But
Titanic.
oh right, I didn't watch that movie.
Too niche.
But yeah. So this has been the Boys in the Pod. Hopefully you enjoyed. If you're still here,
Hasn't been.
thanks. I think, and we will see you in the next one. So we have episodes every Friday. So yeah, we appreciate the support. So yeah, let us know if you have any topics that you'd like us to cover somehow. Just contact us somehow.
I think you can actually on
And, yeah.
Spotify. You
Yes,
can
there's
write
questions.
in.
I already have that as one of them.
I
don't know
almost
which
did
episode.
that, but I didn't.
Cool,
Yeah,
David.
questions?
Awesome. There's a lot
Well,
of
I didn't
like,
know if you want me to, because it's my personal Spotify account. I don't know
I-
how it worked.
I don't think it is public, but either way, I don't know. But either
So,
way,
well, if it's not
wait,
public,
hold
then-
on.
oh no, what?
we each. So
That's it,
the
hold on.
topics that Spotify, do we have to do them?
We don't have to, but like if they're interesting, we will.
Yes.
I think
Oh,
I think the
I
answers
thought I
are
found
anonymous, so we won't be
I
able
found a
to.
roundabout way to get some of the things I wanted.
No, but like you're guaranteed to host. It's not like you have to fight for it.
Oh yeah, but I wanted like topics that I know you'd never do.
Oh well, yeah, no, I do have a ban hammer. Then that will come swiftly into play if needed.
I'm curious
I
what
mean,
the
it's
ban
like
list
that
is.
topic.
Um, we can discuss that off camera. But anyway, thank you.
Yes.
I have been like clipping basically we have a file of the topics that we want to do, and I have been removing them every time if I see something that I
Yeah,
don't
we
like.
just had them straight back in.
Yeah, and then
Yeah,
I just
just
remove them
gone.
again. It's an eternal cycle. But either way, thank you all so much for
Oh,
One
watching.
day I'm going to
One
tell you I'm
month
going to do one
passed.
topic, and then when the thing starts, I'm just going to roll into another topic, and
I'm
we're just going to
just-
get rolling with it. And it's just,
I'm
I'll be
just gonna
recording a
stop it.
backup file, I'll upload it.
Okay, that's horrifying.
It's going
But
up.
thank you all so much for watching, and we will see you in the next episode of The Boys in the Pod.
Look
I
at
hope
my
you have a
balls.
great day. What?
I hope it's okay. Don't set
Yeah,
your
you know
expectations
what?
too
Probably not
high.
going to
Yeah,
be
don't-
great.
That's my closing advice. Don't ever set your expectations too high. Have an
Bring a
okay
bit of
day.
plug
And if it
adapter.
turns
Have an
out
average
good,
day.
great.
Plug.
And if it turns out
adapter.
bad, well, at
Two
least your
words.
expectations were
Plug
too high.
adapter.
And if
Yeah,
it turns out okay,
because-
then you knew what you were getting into.
We're all fighting
know.
for the last word here.
Not every
It's gonna
day can
me
be a
that gets
fucking.
it.
Don't
Not
have
every
a
day
We're
can
gonna
breakdown
have the
because
last
you
word.
They
didn't
can't
have
all
a great
be. Can't all
day.
be fucking.
The last
fucking
word's going to be mine.
sunshine and roses, alright?
It's 100%
Sometimes
going
you
to
just
be
have a
feel-
day where it's just.
This is the last
you know.
word.
I feel
Ready?
like this actually tells us a lot about ourselves more than the
This is the
icebreakers
greatest
did.
icebreaker of all.
Because we're all seeing
Who
how
gets the
we
last
actually...
word?
No, but we're all saying
How we approach the day.
how we approach the day.
I
And,
approach every
we should have
day like
started with
it's
this.
just a day. Who gives a shit? Tell you one thing I do. Here's my closing piece of advice. Every time you get on a plane, just accept that you could die.
I hate that. Goodbye.
Oh, thanks.
Plug adapter.
On the plane? I don't think so.
Most planes have USBs.
Jesus
These
Christ, guys. There's so much that we need to stop.
That's good advice. I do it every time. I sit down, I buckle my seat belt, and I lean back and say, "This plane could crash, and what am I going to do about it?
I hate
Land?
this. I hate
Fucking
this.
no.
I hate
I
this.
might die.
I hate
That's why I like to
this.
sit at the back.
I hate
I've
this.
Back
been
seats have a
quiet.
highest survival rate.
That's
in
good to
planes.
know, actually, but I hate this still.
Because if a plane's nose diving, the nose is obviously going to hit it, and then the front few. So first class, stay poor. That's my advice.
Stay humble.
Don't mumble.
I didn't realize we were rapping.
Goodbye.